Hi, I'm Wendy Gratz from Shiny Happy World, and this cute donkey is the current pattern in the Funny Faces Quilt Block of the Month Club. So when I say current, it is January 1st, 2023. And if you are in the club, you should have already gotten an email with a link to download the pattern. You'll also find it in your account under your downloads. If you're not in the club yet and you join anytime in the month of January 2023, this is the pattern that you're going to get instantly. If you're watching this video and it's not January anymore, it's much later, you can find this pattern at shinyhappyworld.com sometime for the end of February in 2023. So here's how to make him. Okay, I've got everything ready, all of my pieces cut out and prepped and ready to layer down. This is the video showing you how to do this with a light box. So I have not transferred any of the dotted lines from the back of the piece to the front. Those are placement guides that will help you if you don't have a light box. Since you do have a light box, the only one that you need to transfer are the dotted lines for the teeth that you're going to stitch right over. So those are not an applique placement guide. Those are a stitching line that you're going to stitch right over. And so I just use a Sharpie fine tip. Since I'm going to stitch over them with black thread, it doesn't matter that it's a permanent pen. So other than that, I am all ready to go. And I'm going to start with piece number 1. Oh, just to remind you, since this is a light box one, here's my setup. I've got my light box here. I've got it turned up to the brightest setting. I've got the placement guide on top of the light box, and on top of that, I have a silicone mat that I'm gonna layer everything on and also then fuse on top of that. So the numbers tell us which piece is what, and in the light box, they also tell us what order we're going to place them. So we're gonna start with piece number 1, which is this ear, and then we're gonna do piece number 2, which is the inner ear that goes over top of that ear. And if you're having trouble seeing the lines through a piece of fabric once you've got it on there, just push it down so that it's actually making contact with the screen underneath it, and that will make the lines and the numbers show through much more clearly. So number 3 is over here, and then number 4 is the inner ear on that ear. Right, number 5 is his mane. So donkeys have a mane that stands up like a zebra's as opposed to a floppy mane that a horse has. So all we see from the front is that stand up. And now we're going to do piece number 6, which is most of his face, his forehead, I should say. All right, and now 7, we're gonna skip over his muzzle for a bit and do his shoulders. Gave him very skinny little donkey shoulders. Number 8 is his muzzle. All right, and then 9 is his mouth. And again, I'm going to push that down so I can see through it better. There's piece number 9. 10 is one of his eyes. The eyes are identical, so it doesn't really matter which one goes in which spot. And 11 is his other eye. And 12 and 13, again, they are the same. They are his nostrils. So the 2 ovals that are the nostrils are the same as each other, but they are different from the eyes. And they go right there. All right, now I'm going to carefully lift the silicone mat up off of the light box, carry it over to my ironing board. I'm going to fuse everything in place right on the silicone mat. Give it a chance to let it cool, then I'm going to peel it up and then fuse it down to my final fabric block. I'll do all of the outline stitching and I'll add some catch lights to his eyes, and then I will bring him back here and show you the finished block. And I'll also show you a couple of other color options that I did. All right, here is the finished donkey. I did all of the fusing and the outlining, and I added some catch lights to his eyes. There's a link in the pattern to how to do that. There's a few different ways you can do it. I really like to just use fabric paint, and this is the kind that I like, Scribbles brand, shiny. It has a nice little shine to it. And I just like to do a couple of dots. I used to do a little kind of crescent shape, but I have simplified it, and I really am liking just some dots now. But the link in the pattern has a link to where you can buy the specific fabric paint and also other methods you can use. But as promised, here I was going to show you some other fabrics without telling you first what this one is. So this background is yellow from the Farmer's Market blenders. So this is the corn color in the very lightest color palette. And all of these grays are from the Animal Kingdom blenders, specifically from the elephant blenders. You can also find the more white ones in the salt and pepper blenders. The same ones will just be coated both ways, so you can find them either way. So here's a couple of other color options that I did. So this is a new collection that I'm working on where all of the background blocks are different blenders from the Strawberry Blenders collection from the Farmer's Market color palette. So I did a zebra in December that had a much darker pink. Now we've used a lighter pink on this one. And again, all of the blenders that I used for the donkey itself, all of these shades of gray, are in the elephant blenders, which are part of the Animal Kingdom color palette. And I've got one more. So this is an ongoing collection that I've been working on where the background blocks are all from the avocado blenders, which are also in the Farmer's Market color palette. And the donkey, I decided to do a fun fantasy colors donkey. So this one is purple. And it is specifically, all of these are from the eggplant blenders collection, which are also in the Farmer's Market color palette. So all the colors in the Farmer's Market collection have fruit and vegetable names like avocado, eggplant, strawberry. So that is 3 color options for the donkey pattern, which is the current pattern in the Funny Faces Quilt Block of the Month Club. That's January 2023. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and I'll see you next month.